Yeah, good morning everyone, or whenever you are seeing this video. So let's continue the playlist. In this video, we are going to learn about RAG and LLM. In the last video, I hope so you have been understanding about the processing of LLMs and what LLMs are capable of. I explained you a little about LLMs, but yeah, there is way more deep which you can read. I would bring some more videos regarding it. In today's video, the agenda is not deep diving into LLM architecture structure. Today's video is about understanding the drawbacks of LLM and why RAG was introduced. So RAG, as many of you may know, RAG is Retrieval-Augmented Generation. Nothing a fancy term, but when you pass some context with your large language model, whether it be Mistral, whether it be GPT-OSS, or whether it be any model, but when you give it your context, and in terms of context, what I mean? In terms of context, I mean any document which is related to your company, any Excel sheet. Suppose you want to ask about some analytics related to an Excel sheet, you can pass the Excel sheet and then ask about the analytics. That is context. So in this video today, we are going to learn about the drawbacks of LLM. Then we will move towards RAG and how RAG has solved a major issue which companies were facing while analyzing their data. First is we need to understand that what is RAG. So I've already mentioned that RAG is nothing but retrieval augmented generation. Quite fancy term looking, but simple to understand. What you're doing is you're basically passing an additional context to LLM to get a better result. And it gives you a valid response according to your document. Suppose I upload 10 documents and I want to analyze all the documents. I want to fetch some data from it. I can upload the documents. I can ask LLM, okay, LLM, go in that and find my data. Okay, so basically there is a huge processing behind RAG also. So that is another video, that is architecture of RAG, that will come in another video. So it gives you a valid response according to your documents. Nothing but a context plus LLM. Now why do we need RAG? Um, ऐसा क्या गरज पड़ गया कि आपने को RAG यूज करना पड़ रहा है? So there are three drawbacks of LLM. First is hallucination. Whenever you ask something, so LLMs are nothing but models which are pre-trained on data. कि किसी ने तो एक ईयर तक उसमें डाटा फिल करके रखा है और उसी डाटा को आप क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हो और वो उसका रिस्पॉन्स दे रहा है। कुछ उसमें वो अपना दिमाग लगा रहा है, कुछ उसमें वो प्रीवियस डाटा का यूज कर रहा है। तो इन दिस इफ यू आस्क, जैसे कि मेरे पास एक एलएलएम है जो 2024 तक ट्रेन है, एंड इफ आई आस्क हिम द डाटा अबाउट 2025, it is likely to hallucinate. Likely to hallucinate is there are less chances because nowadays LLMs display a message that I am not aware of this information. But previously, if you use ChatGPT, it would give you wrong responses. There are many cases in which this hallucination takes place. So hallucination is the very big problem because of hallucination, anything would go wrong. Like in my use case, what I'm doing in my company, there is a use case where hallucination would prove all the system wrong. That is something which is very become very fatal. Second is not answerable to your data. When you use an LLM, it's pre-trained on some data which is stored on internet. Majority of the data is Wikipedia, Google, and all. You can find all the LLM data composition online, so that's not a big issue. But majorly, it's not answerable to your data. Like suppose I own a company, ABC Limited, and I want that LLM to answer some questions regarding my company. Like I want that, bro, please analyze my company's financials and give me a quarterly response. Give me some analytics or give me some data which I can fetch and I can use it in my further predictions and etc. So it does not have my company data because of course it's private data. So private data cannot be uploaded to LLM. So you have to download first the large language model, then you have to pass data to it. You have to give it data to an with as a context as a RAG, and then you have to get your response. So that is the second drawback, that is not answerable to your data. Third drawback is basically, I have already told that pre-trained on n billion parameters. Among that n billion parameters, it's not necessary that what you are asking it's trained on that. So LLMs are designed in a way to give a positive response. And when I talk about positive response means if you tell him that 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, it would tell you correct. But if you take 2 plus 2 is equal to 5, however, and if you try to convince him, at one point of time, it may happen that it gives certain facts where 2 plus 2 is equal to 5. You can try and test it, but it literally happens. Nowadays, models are advanced, so uh, this happens very less. But previously, when GPT was new or Gemini was new, it used to happen. Okay. So I have also used Gemini in my college days. In my college days also, when I uploaded any math problem in Gemini, so it many times it gave me wrong response. Nowadays it gives correct response because mathematical models have been integrated in that. Okay, so here similarly I have provided an example. Here GPT says what is my profit of my company name XYZ and what was my quarterly response. So this question is something which LLM either would hallucinate, either would produce wrong factual data, or either would not even produce any data. So in this case, what we have to do? In this case, the use case of RAG comes in. RAG is, as I already told, retrieval augmented generation. So in retrieval augmented generation, what you do is you can store documents in chunks. So how RAG works? I will tell you. Context is nothing but any files, any text files, any Excel files which you have. See, now RAG are also of multiple types. You can say there are multiple types of RAG. There is an multimodal RAG where you can upload voice also, you can upload images also, you can upload anything. So RAG is nothing but any context. In context doesn't mean only document. It can be an Excel file, it can be an XML file, it can be a JSON, it can be an image, it can be an audio file, it can be anything. But just you have to pass it as a context. So what Ragger does is it stores the document in chunks using VectorDB. So VectorDB is itself a big topic, so you have to research something about this. It's nothing but it would break your document into embeddings, and then that separate embeddings would be pulled when the questions regarding to that is asked to an LLM. So VectorDB are of two types generally used, ChromaDB and SAS. As the user asks question, LLM will choose the embedding from the vector data store and generates a response. Okay. Then if I talk about industrial using embedded model is all mini LLM. Generally, all mini LLM is used in industries to find embeddings. We have also used all mini LLM. Multimodal RAG I have developed in my previous certain training part, and it's kind of not easy to develop a multimodal RAG because you need many models and it can become heavy. But if you develop a multimodal RAG, it would be helpful in many ways. Like you can upload any image and ask questions about it. You can upload any audio and you can ask questions about it. And you can play with context. There is also a term called MCP. In MCP, what you can do is you can connect multiple agents to it. You can call one agent and tell that, okay, I uploaded 4 images, I uploaded 2 audios. Now give me a context that what next YouTube videos should I create. These are the 4 videos which I like, and these are the 2 audio clips which I have taken from internet. So you can also do this. Okay, so by this you will get the apt response that your company XYZ showed ABC profit and its quarterly response was overall satisfactory. So in short, if we summarize in one shot, RAG is nothing but any given context with the help of LLM. So that's all for this video. I hope so you understand, you got a basic understanding of RAG. So this is not an overall lecture of RAG. The aim of this video was just to understand a basic and little understanding of RAG and why do we need RAG? What were the drawbacks of large language models? So that's it about this video. Thank you.